Hello everyone, this is Siam from the Research and Development Department in Market Equity, and in this video I'm going to be talking about some of the important instruments and their price movement predictions for the day, which falls on Wednesday, 8th of September 2021. Let's begin with the British pound versus the US dollar, where in the previous videos we said that it is moving in an uptrend inside the upwards correctional movement that it has formed in the 4-hour time frame inside the downtrend in the short term, and recently the pair rebounded downwards off of around level 1.3890, which is a horizontal resistance level in the 4-hour time frame, where it is currently being traded around the broken downtrend line or around level 1.3770, and by rebounding upwards off of around the current levels, it will support the continuity of the uptrend in the 4-hour time frame or the sideways movement in the daily time frame, which is between levels 1.3665 and 1.4250, where it will then be targeting around level 1.3890, and by breaking upwards through that level, it will extend to target around level 1.3980. One thing to note is that, to confirm the rebounding upwards off of around the current levels and the continuity of the uptrend, we will be waiting for the breaking upwards to level 1.38 in the 1-hour time frame as well as the smaller time frames. If we notice the RSI indicator in the 4-hour time frame, then we can see that by moving around level 40, it supports the probability of rebounding upwards off of around the current levels to continue with the uptrend in the 4-hour time frame. That was it for the British pound versus the US dollar. Let's move on to the US dollar versus the Swiss franc. As we mentioned in the previous videos, we said that the pair is moving in a sideways movement in the 4-hour time frame between levels 0.91 and 0.92. We also said that by rebounding upwards off of around level 0.9115 near the lower boundary of the sideways movement in the 4-hour time frame, it will support the continuity of the sideways movement, which will then extend to target around level 0.92 as a primary target in the sideways movement. The pair reached level 0.92, where it is currently being traded around it, and by rebounding downwards off of it, it will support the continuity of the sideways movement as well as the targeting of around level 0.91 once again as a primary target in the sideways movement in the 4-hour time frame. One thing to note is that by forming higher lows around level 0.9115, higher than the previous one, which was around the lower boundary of the sideways movement, it supports the probability of breaking upwards to level 0.92, which in that case will be starting an uptrend in the 4-hour time frame and will then be targeting around level 0.9230 as a primary target in that uptrend. If we notice the RSI indicator in the 4-hour time frame, then we can see that by moving around level 70 near the overbought area, it supports the probability of rebounding down off of around the current levels to continue with the sideways movement. That was it for the US dollar versus the Swiss franc. Let's move on to the Dow Jones Index. In the previous videos we said that the index is moving in an uptrend in the 4-hour time frame as well as the daily time frame. However, by forming lower peaks around level 35,500, lower than the previous one, which was around level 35,630, it shows signs of weakness regarding the uptrend in the 4-hour time frame as well as the daily time frame. However, we said that by breaking upwards through level 35,500, it will support the continuity of this uptrend and will extend to target around level 35,630. The Dow Jones Index failed to break upwards through level 35,500 and instead rebounded downwards off of it, where it broke down through level 35,165, which was a horizontal support level in the 4-hour time frame, and by doing that it started a downtrend in the 4-hour time frame. However, it is still trading around the uptrend line in the 4-hour time frame, which still supports the probability of rebounding upwards around the current levels to continue with the uptrend in the 4-hour time frame as well as the daily time frame, and to target around level 35,500 as a primary target in the uptrend, and by breaking upwards through it will support the targeting of around level 35,630 once again. On the other hand, if the index closes below the uptrend line in the 4-hour time frame, then it will be supporting the continuity of the downtrend in the 4-hour time frame as well as the targeting of around level 34,760 and around level 34,565 as primary targets in that downtrend. If we notice the RSI indicator in the 4-hour time frame, then we can see that by moving around level 30 near the oversold area, it supports the probability of rebounding upwards of around the current levels. That was it for the Dow Jones Index. Market Equity wishes you successful trading and have a nice day.